Hello everybody, my name is Tom Spradley and I want to talk to you about inclusion today. My daughter was born with severe hearing loss due to the German measles running rampant while my wife was pregnant. We tried to do our very best for our daughter while working to understand our lives with a deaf child. We followed the doctor's suggestion to teach Lynn to lip read and avoided doing any hand signals. We spoke to her all the time. Everything that we did was spoken to train her to lip read. We were reinforced at a meeting for deaf parents where the speaker told us, "You may meet people that will try to discourage you. They will tell you that lip reading is extremely difficult, that too many sounds can't be seen on the lips. Don't believe them." We had Lynn fitted for hearing aids and they were putting her in pain, plus they were very costly. Over time, little progress was made. She would not try to talk to us and only recognized a handful of words through lip reading. She had no way to communicate with us and it was breaking our hearts. When Lynn was 2.5, we enrolled her at an oral-based school, as that is what person after person has suggested will be the most effective for our daughter's developmental growth. She even said her first word, which was the first syllable of her brother's name, Bruce, and it sounded like brew. It was a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. Then something terrible happened. Lynn came down with meningitis, and we could not talk to her. We could not let her know that everything was going to be okay. This was when her mother, Louise, and I started discussing American Sign Language. We attended a meeting to educate ourselves versus oralism versus manualism. A deaf man spoke out at the meeting, telling us that only 10% of children born deaf could grow up to speak coherently, and he had been a hearing individual previously, which is why he had such fluent speech. He told us American Sign Language was a natural and authentic language. Luis and I were in shock, hurt, and angry that nobody had said a positive word to us about ASL when a deaf man was standing in front of us telling us that it was an effective means of communication. I approached this man after the meeting and realized I had never met a deaf adult. This was a red flag, and after having dinner at this man's house, we had a massive wake-up call. We had to accept that we could not make Lynn like us. And while working on ASL, there was an entire shift. Like we were no longer telling her that her deafness was wrong. The tantrums that we had come accustomed to subsided, and the first sign that she used was "I love you." Lynn was 5 years old when we started learning ASL. We had been told by professional after professional that ASL was not the answer, and here we were having productive communication with our daughter for the first time in her life. I say all this because Lynn spent so much time not understanding the world around her, not even her parents. We were so ready to fit Lynn into our world without considering what that meant for her. If doctors had even given us the option when she was young, there would not have been so many years of confusion for our daughter. Language resides within the mind. It is the rules and symbols for creating sentences, giving life to ideas. Language finds expression in speech. It can also find expression in sign. Tom Spradley.